Okay, so let us start. Okay, thank you for joining. Let us move on. Okay. We share the screen. So, am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's start. Okay, so today topic we are talking about is basically set operations, how to write the subquery and correlated query. So till now, what we have discussed in the previous sessions, what is data, database, okay, normalization. Also, we understood what is data definition language, then data manipulation language. In the last session, yesterday session, we discussed about the giants. And today we are talking about some more advanced joins, I can say that, okay, where we are connecting more than one table with various operations. Maybe first is set operations we'll discuss, and then we'll talk about subquery. Then also we try to understand what is correlated queries. So both are important for us, okay? And this is one of the most important session, especially for the people who are attending the interviews, and also people who are at the data side, like for example, data analyst, data engineer. For them also it is most important, because without data, you can't do anything, okay? So first, we are talking about set operations. Okay, when you say set operations, with set means union, intersection, and as well as like a minus or difference we talk about. So what was the objective for that? So objective for is that, like, assume that we have a table 1 and as well as a table 2. Now there will be a records from table 1 and also there will be records of table 2. I wanted to identify the like what we call it is a result set after union of two tables. So that is called the union operations. Union operations is nothing but I may be having the employee 1 table, employee 2 table, and I want, if I combine this, okay, then I want to get the records of removing the duplicates. I want to have the records of, it may be table 1 has 3 records, table 2 has 5 records. So I am looking for 8 records as a union table. Because why all these things is required? Because whenever we are working as a data part, okay, so we have to consider the data from various sources, and we may require to merge the data and before generating some artifact or information for our purpose. Now, if I want to do that, the first operation, yesterday we are discussing about that, okay, the Cartesian product, okay, joins, okay, inner join, left outer join, right outer join. We discussed on full outer join, we discussed. So today in set operations, if you have a two table, and if you, if the columns of these two tables have having the same data type and count is also same, then we can perform the union operation. Otherwise, you come to the union operation. That means you cannot merge the records of each table, two tables. If you want to merge the records of two tables, you should have the records, the column names, data types remain same, and the count of number of columns also that should be remain same. Then only you can able to merge it. And if you have column 1, column 2 here, column 3, column 4, data type may be same. Then what you can say that only column 1, column 2 names will be visible, but the column 1, column 2 of 3 or column 4 of other table will not do that. Another important fact is in union is if any duplicate records, okay, it will be removed actually. So that is one more the importance of the union operation. It removes duplicates from the final result set. So that means rules are very clear. So if I want to merge two table records, okay, they should have the same column count, that is number of columns remain same, and also data type. So another important thing is when you merge, the table 1 column names will be displayed, not table 2 column names. And third, you should remember that it is removing the duplicate rows. So this you have to understand. Similarly, like if you want to impose ordered by class, okay, it is when you are applying for ordered by class, it is for entire union operations. whether you want to do something ascending, descending, what we call it as, that is all for on final set you are doing that. Okay. And also null values are treated as a distinct value. One null value of data can be combined and that is treated as a unique. Okay. And if you use select in your expressions of data type, it is compatible across all queries. And union all, instead of union, but union all will not remove the duplicate. Okay. So that's why always we say that instead of union, you may use the union, but it includes the duplicate values. So this is the importance of rules and regulations of the union set operation if you wanted to use to merge the records from the two tables. Any questions here? Yeah, any questions?
Sir, then it is very similar to the Cartesian product only, right,
That
sir?
is A cross B, number of records, it is total count. 2 cross
Okay.
3 is different, 3 plus 2 is different. Yeah, got it, madam?
Okay.
2 into
So,
one table, 2 records, another table, 3 records. What is 2 into 3? 6. What is 2 plus 3? 5.
okay. In union, we'll get 5.
5 because it is just adding the one below other. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. So that is what you have to understand. Let me take one simple example, then it will be, you'll be able to understand. So let me go here. Okay. Let me create database quickly. Create, what is that? Create DB, something like that. Okay, I have created. So use DB. So we have done this. So this is selected now. Now, if I want to create a table, so instead of typing, let me take the help of lab set because it will save my time. I think we know this DDL, data definition language. Create table, Indian cricketers, player ID, primary key, player name, varchar 50, role. So this is data definition language we already learned in the previous sessions. Similarly, I am creating these are Indian players and there is another table. I have a IPL players. So I have a IPL in India. So we have two set of tables. One is Indian cricketers we have, another one is IPL players. So there are two tables we have created. Now let me create these two tables. So in the Indian cricketers, player ID, player name, and what is the role? Batsman, bowler, something like that. Similarly, the IPL also, I have the same player ID, player name, team. So we have both. Now let me take this. Let me insert the record for first one, Indian cricketers. So I have inserted Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Jasprit Bumrah, Ravindra Jadeja. So similarly for IPL players, so I will be inserting IPL actually. So I am adding here. Now there are two tables and two records. Select star from Indian cricketers. I have this. Similarly, select star from IPL. So I have this. Also, I have this. Now, I want to perform the union operation. So this is object is different. This object to table is different. But if I want to combine, I wanted to say union, where I can use players in either Indian cricketers or IPL players. Okay. So no duplicate records. I want the people who are player name playing for Indian cricketing and also player name for IPL players. So I want to make the union and they should not be both. They can play the cricket of India and as well as the IPL player. So now what is the condition says that when you are combining number of columns, whatever you are displaying here, player name, this is where care, data type, this is also one. So we can have only the union column names you should have. So this is nothing but union I am talking about. So let me do this. I have done this player name. Similarly, here also player name I have. So such cases, if I give the union, who are giving the all distinct names, people who are playing for Indian cricketers and IPL player, the Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Jasprit Bumrah, Ravindra Jadeja and MS Dhoni. It's giving like this. So this is what we call it as a union operations. Union operations is nothing but it remove the duplicate, but it is count what it will check number of the columns, data type only it will check. Then only you can able to perform this actually. So this is how you can able to display the union operations. So any questions here?
Sir, what's the difference between union and inner join?
So you can do inner join also through conditions we are doing. Here just we are merging where conditions. See, we can the inner join is nothing but like now next we are going to talk about that inner join. Sometimes assume that you are not able to like usually what we'll do is where something like that like a join in or something like that we'll do that. But here player name or player name underscore name something like that are in we will do all these things. When sometimes this will inner join means this will execute first and then it will check equivalent to this. Here straight away instead of doing all this circus, just we are making the union of this. You can notice that this one when these queries are not union, intersect or minus, if it is not working, then definitely we will go for the such type of operations one. But that is complicated. Is it clear?
Okay, but sometimes union and inner join give same result, right?
Union is there and also same through inner join I can express the intersection also, disjoint also, everything I can do. Okay, so that is there. Next I am going to talk about the correlated queries, subqueries. Okay, after this I am going to talk about that. But at this moment, don't try to compare. Union is nothing but merging the two records of the table. That's it. Okay, but where there we are also combining, but only we are going to show either this table columns based on second conditions, something like that, or alias we have to use and comma something like that. The processing time it will take more actually, but it is very less time. If it is a simple solution, you do not require to go for the inner join if the vendor is supporting for this type of operations. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyhow, if intersect doesn't work, so I will tell you. So you have asked for the question upfront. Okay, we'll discuss later when it comes to the inner join. Similarly, we have to go for the intersect. Let us understand. So this is done. So this is common, right? Only rows that common to both. Common to both. So intersect means what? It is a common. Here also it is there. Here also it is there. What are the common columns it is there? So these type of things we can do that. So here Amit is there, Ravi is there, Priya is there. Here Rajesh, Samit and Sneha. Which is common? Amit is common. So employee name Amit is there in both places. So this is the intersection. We are doing that. So similarly we have except or minus. So except is in like the minus in some database we'll use like Oracle or something like that. To equate that we have except. So what is except? Returns the records of first query, which is and second one is it should not be present here. Okay, like this it is just like a 3 minus set if you take, right? So similar to that only. So minus or difference we call it as set is A minus B. So that is a set A minus set B. If you wanted to understand the similar way, so similar way it will work. Similar way, except operation returns the rows from first select query that are not present in the second select query. If which is not available here, only available here will be shown here. Common will be removed actually. So this is what we call it as a like a minus. So let us go back and understand further. So I think now you have understood like a union means A is equal to 1, 2, 3, something like this. Okay. B is equal to 4, 3 plus, because it depends on set theory only, right? So A union. So what was expected? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a union. 3 is duplicate. So A, what is called intersect. So which is the common here? 3. So here A minus B. So that is nothing but difference, right? So which is available? 1, 2. So but it is not going to, it remove the 3. So 3 is common here. So this is same operation we are trying to do. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, we are making records of A, records of B, and we are doing this. So same operation we are executing here. So let us do that intersect. So there is intersect, like a common players. So player name, who are common players, okay? Rohit Sharma and Jasprit Bumrah, they are playing both Indian as well as the IPL players. So this is the common. Similarly, if I want to see the minus, as I said, like a, see here there is a left join. Okay. So instead of doing that, this much complicated queries, instead of doing that, just we are using this one. So we are able to see the Virat Kohli and Ravindra Jadeja. So they are available in Indian cricketers, but whichever the other Rohit Sharma and all, Bumrah and all removed, and only it has shown the Virat Kohli and Ravindra Jadeja. So yeah, as good as this one, A minus. It has displayed 1, 2, 3 is common. It may be Rohit Sharma is common. Bumrah maybe exist like a maybe 5, something like that, if it is available here. Okay. So then 3, 5 will be deleted. Only it will show the 1, 2.
Yes.
Similar to that, we have shown the Virat Kohli and Ravindra.
Yes.
So this is how the except is working. Any question here? Able to follow? Yeah. So now we have understood set operations, how to use the simple set operation to perform various operations on the table. Now the next question is let me go to this. We should not worry about this. Is concept of subquery. So what is subquery? A query within the query, right? Nested query we can say subquery. So usually a subquery is a form of SQL statement that appears inside another SQL statement, is also termed as a nested queries. The statement containing a subquery is called the parent statement, in which query we have a in the parent statement we call it as a subquery. Okay. Usually the rows returned by subquery are used by the parent statement, because subquery will be processed first and result will be taken by the parent statement to execute its query. So it can be used by the following command. To insert records in the target table, we can do that. Create tables and insert the records in the table. Even update we can do. We can create the views. Okay. And also it can provide where, having, in, select, update, and delete statement. So we'll see that. But at this moment, remember that subquery is will be processed first and returned value based on which parent query will be executed. Let me go back to here to understand this. Okay, let me take a simple subquery. If you want to find the names of players who scored more than the average score of all players in the cricket, this one. So let me take a players table. Okay, this is the table we have created. So we have created a players table. So players table has player ID, player name, and number of runs. What is the objective of a problem statement we are talking about? You want to find the names of players who scored more than the average score of all players in the cricket match. So let me insert these records. So I think DML statement, I have done this. Now, what is the objective? Subquery to find the players who are scoring the more than average play. So let us see that what it is. So here, if you look at this, okay, if you look at this, this is the first, the child query. This is called subquery. So that is 71 average. Who is that person who scored more than 71? These are the 3 players who scored more than 17. Virat Kohli has scored more than 71, that is 75. Rohit Sharma has scored 95. Shubman Gill has scored 105. So in this type of scenarios, we are using subquery. So usually it is important that, okay, how does it is? This is called as a parent query. This is called as a parent query. This parent query will be executed based on the condition given by the subquery. That means subquery will be executed first. Its result will be returned and compared, and then only this will be executed. This type of queries we call it as a subquery. So it is the always to solve the problem, we always take the help of subquery. Also, it is also called as a nested query. So all of you are able to follow what is nested query? Yeah. Am I audible, please? Anu, Ravindran, Archana. Yeah. So able to follow them. Okay. So let me go ahead. Okay. We have understood what is subquery. So we have understood subquery also. Similarly, there is another correlated query, subqueries. Okay. We will talk about that. What is query? This is the most confused query for the people. Okay. What is correlated? It is nothing but the most of the time. So here, assume that, let me take A is the one table, B is the another table. I have assumed that 1, 2, something like this. Here 1, 2, 3. So what is correlated query? For 1, it will compare and it will execute with all. For 2, second record also it will execute 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is called correlated query. For every record of the first table is always executed with the another table. This type of dependencies processing is called as a the correlated query. So this is also called as a correlated query. So find the names of layers. So here, what is correlated queries? We have understood. Correlated queries is nothing but it is also it is a type of a subquery where inner query references the column from the outer query. So always like a outer query reference, based on that, we are going to execute the inner query. So that means, so always see, for example, here, select star from orders O, where customer ID, this is shop ID, and is equal to customer country. So if you look at this here, customer ID is not belong to the subquery. It belongs to the outer query, outer table. Every record of this will be passed here, then this will be executed. Such queries are called as a correlated queries. Correlated queries, please understand the execution concept of correlated queries. Correlated queries is the subqueries straightforward and easy. First, subquery will be executed, which is independent of the outside query, and return of the subquery value based on that parent query will be executed. That is very straightforward. Whereas confusion is with the correlated query. What is the correlated query? It is telling that, okay, I will pass the first outer query value, one record, and I will execute related to that. That means customer ID I am passing here, and I will execute that, and then I will return the value. For every record, this will be executed. So this is what we call it as a correlated query. So let me go back and try to understand further. So let me go here. So let me take layer. So let me okay, drop. So I have creating once again. So there is no table. Okay, let me create players, the player ID, player name, and runs. So I have created the players. Now let me insert records. So I have inserted this. Let me execute. So you can see that Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul, Shubman Gill, Hardik Pandya, and their runs score. So we have inserted to a players table. So what is correlated query? Correlated to find the player scoring more than the maximum score, more than the maximum score. So that means player name, okay, from players 1, where runs greater than max runs. First, this is max players, and P2, but I need the each record of the outer query, and then only it is processing. Actually, internal queries are processing. This is called as a correlated queries. So correlated queries solves the problem, but performance wise, it is because it depends upon outside value also, then it is a problem. So here see it, but writing a correlated query is not so straightforward and easy. You have to think first, understand what should be the subquery you have to write, and to execute this, what is the outer value I have to pass. Okay, there is nothing called the standard rules or something like that, but you will understand by practice only. So here, for each player, it is trying to, for each player, it is checking, okay, for that player ID, okay, like what is the maximum runs. Like this, if you execute, Shubman Gill is the person who scored more than the maximum score. So maximum score than the maximum score. So like this, we can execute the different kind of queries. So that means correlated query is very simple. What is correlated query? It is straightforward tips if I wanted to see that. So every record of this will be passed here and processed with all these records, and result will be given back and shown there in the, and whatever the columns you wanted to do that we are doing. This type of queries we call it as a correlated queries. So there are different types of queries. One is subquery, another one is correlated queries, or then set operation like union, intersect, and as well as we have except in MySQL. For a Oracle database, we call it as a minus. So some database, they may use the difference. So any questions here? Any questions, please? So all of you are able to follow? Yes, sir. Yeah. Anu, Archana, Bharati. Yeah, Shubha.
Yes, sir.
So able to follow, understand, right? At least conceptual level.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there is no doubt, right? What is correlated? How it is processed? Correlated query depends upon the outer query. The subquery, parent queries depend upon the subquery. Union, it is both are independent. We are merging the records, making a difference, and we are the union of the operations. So all these things we are doing. So this is related to a nested query, correlated query, and all those things. And I think with this we have covered all the topics related to joins, but many use cases we can work on that, so that you can able to get a strong hold on that. Okay, I will send some more examples to you people in the lab set tomorrow. You please go through that and try to practice that, so that you can have a better understanding on joins. Okay, so this is more important for us. Okay, and also I will send some questions which is related to a interview perspective. Please go through that and try to practice it. Yeah. So this covers for today's session, and we'll see you on tomorrow as usual. And we will try to complete the next part, probably index we have to discuss. So we'll discuss how to create an index, how it is going to help, and all those things. Okay. So with this note, we'll conclude for this today's session. It is a small session. Okay. Thank you very much for joining. Thanks a lot.
Sir, can you share that lab first
Yes,
one
sir.
during normalization? You had one document, sir.
Yeah.
That can you share that, sir?
Yeah, everything I will share. Okay.
Oh,
No
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.